Okay. Maybe a background video. I think I recorded one, but I never posted it. Actually, I don't know. There's maybe at this point maybe 20 videos on my channel. A little count. I don't know why they call it. I don't know. But I probably recorded like twice as many. It's just I don't post all of them. Obviously, I don't do any editing. Too lazy and too not technical enough to know how to. And, I know there's an editor on YouTube and all that. Honestly, you guys to see, I do all these videos on my drive to or from work. Usually it's to work, and that's why I keep them short too. It's just one thing I want to blurb out, I want to vent out, or I just want to shoot out to you guys. Just something say, hey, I wish someone said that to me or told me in nursing school or on my prereqs or something like that. And I haven't touched on a lot of that. Actually, I started the channel thinking to do a lot of that. I have not. And I've given a lot of advice to my daughter who's doing prereqs right now. So I might do that because I was just talking with her saying, wow, there's 100 people out there that actually subscribe to my channel. Oh. So, and I appreciate every one of you. This is not for any money. I'm not, this is just me shooting the breeze. And it's like, oh, now there's a little pressure for me to actually make videos. I was like, ooh, and it's okay. I don't mind it. It's just a matter of diverting the time. There are weeks at a time when work is really bad, or what have you, that I don't get to shoot a video, or I'm too mentally exhausted to shoot anything or record anything. Money wise, and that's part of the work it's nothing new. It's just minusing like 2 or 3 zeros actually off my plate. But the way I look at it, it's the same way. It's like, okay, now I don't have a business to run on. It's just my personal finances, and it's actually a lot simpler because I don't have vendors, AR to chase, AP to pay, loans other than my own personal ones. For the house, really, it's just the mortgage. But we weren't really even supposed to have a mortgage because I was going to flip the one house, but COVID happened, so I'm holding 2 households right now. I guess I could sell it. I mean, it's the market is a seller's market right now. I'll probably have to do that, but long story short, whatever. That's probably where it's going to go. But a little background on myself. I'm a Chinese descent. Everybody at work thinks I'm Filipino. Everybody. But that's because the Filipinos dominate so much of that healthcare culture. There's a lot because once you get into the industry, you'll realize there's a lot of Filipinos that come in because there's like it's decades long travel visa benefits for it. That you can come in. Because the Philippines used to be an American colony, basically, a territory. I think there's a lot of exchanges on that. I knew some of that already because my first ex-wife was Filipino. Her father was a doctor, her mother was a nurse, and I think they both came over in that sense. They're nice people. I had no problem with them. I think they actually liked me. I liked them. They were fine. The father actually was interesting. He was an endocrinologist, still is an endocrinologist, as far as I know. Wanted to be an engineer, of all things. So when I came on, I was basically an engineer in that sense. He was, he got along with it because he always wanted to be one, but his father made him be a doctor. I was like, well, I think he made the right choice for you. You've been able to sustain your family, put them through colleges, both high-end colleges. That's where I met his daughter, and his others. The younger daughter went to an Ivy, also in the city. So it's you wouldn't have been able to afford that comfortably on an engineer salary. I'll get to that in another video, actually. We're talking about business and healthcare. I think I touched on it, whatever. But I come from a business background, doing 30 years of plastic manufacturing, domestic. Everybody assumed I was an importer because Chinese, Asian. But no, we did a domestic manufacturing, and we were, a toy maker is what our history was. Not our own toys. We made for, we were subcontractors for everybody. Mattel, Tyco, Hasbro, other smaller companies around. 20, 30 years history, 40 years history, some of them, and the big monsters too. So that's where our history came through. It was a family business, and I did that for about 30 years. Had to rescue it a couple times. My father was not the best businessman in the world. He's still around, kicking around, but when all things are cashed out, he got the lion's share and I got the minuscule share, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted out, because I wasn't being treated fairly, even though I was the chief executive, but he held the shares, and I'm not the type to bitch and moan and really sue my father. That's just not the way I was kind of brought up, or I believe in things, so I didn't do that. I should have. A lot of people said I should have. I deserved a lot more than I got. I'm out. I was willing to leave, 15 years ago for zero. Literally zero. Even it was going to actually be a small minus. I was willing to leave then. And I actually took the deal to him, and they were going to get full shares. They were going to get exactly the money they got now. All the different partners. It was my brothers and my father and myself. Although I was the youngest and I was the only active, everybody else had their shares. I was going to take zero and leave. My father was like, "That's not fair." And honestly, I got 5. The upshot is I got 5%. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So I stayed another 15 years for that 5%. I should have taken that deal, insisted on that deal, and gotten the hell out. So it was like 13 years. It was like right before the financial crisis. So it was like 2007, 2006. Sorry, that's a while ago. But business is where I was from. That's my background. And as a business owner, everything, top down. Finances, legal, accounting, software, hardware, everything. You have to know it. Engineering, development, research, everything. I had to. I didn't have the budget or monies to do whatever, and that was kind of taught to me by my father. That was one thing good, but he made me learn everything. Not that he gave me any credit for it, but he was like, "Oh no, get it done." He was that kind of executive. Just get it done, make it happen. Like some recent executives that we know now in the political world. That's why I leave that as it is. I'm not going to get into a political discussion, but that's what my father was. Just get it done. I don't want to know how it happens. Make it go away. Make my headache go away. And that's the way I did business. Actually, I made my clients' headaches go away. That's why I treated it. We're a manufacturer, but I very much presented a service industry. It was customer service. And I said that to my people. I said, look, this is how we do it. Yes, we make a product, we make widgets for people, but, I very much so want service. Customers can go anywhere. We were a dime a dozen industry when I started 30 years ago. Literally, there was like 3 or 4 manufactured injection molders. That's what we were. In my town alone, in the town we were at. There's maybe 3 or 4 in the state now. It's like, we were last man standing. We were one of the largest in the state. We were the largest in certain aspects, in certain metrics, and we were third in other metrics and second in some other metrics, depending on how you rate it. In our industry, there's a couple ways you can rate it. And, and we were just in the middling of the pack. And it wasn't that we grew. I'm not patting myself on the back. It's not that we grew, it's just more that we survived. It's unfortunate. That's the state of manufacturing and business in America. So, that's a general thing. I might reshoot this because it's already 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, one of my longest videos. I can blab. Bye.